Yeah, there's a sense of camaraderie there. Speaking of camaraderie, do we have an in-game date? I thought we came up with something the other day, and then we went for
yes. Yes. So the day that we got the fine was February 18th, 2397.
We were still in February, and then we spent a week gathering rumor kind of stuff and doing a maintenance week, which ticked over.
Yeah, it's like 4 weeks is a maintenance period.
Right. Sorry, we ticked over to the month of March is after spending 7 days there. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and I've updated the ship ledger to accurately reflect our running costs for that period. We dropped a significant amount of running costs because we didn't have to pay for all the passengers and shit and the life support.
Yeah.
Which is surprisingly expensive.
Day 66. I found an imperial calendar that actually has some holidays in it.
Cool. We want to use that.
It just has dates. Different? It's significantly different.
All right. I actually don't mind that. Like, it's year 2397. It's just like day 175. You know.
Yeah.
Because, and I think that makes sense on a kind of sci-fi scale because, like, a week is meaningful to us arbitrarily. A day changes according to what planet you're on. But if the imperial calendar is just every 12 or every 24 hours is a day, and there are this many days in a year, done.
So exactly. So they do 365 days. They remove months, but there are rules for months in the game, which is what makes it annoying. There's like monthly lifestyle expenses, or there's 4 week. We can just assume it's 4 week.
Yeah, I think so. Maintenance periods are explicitly 4 weeks. They are not monthly. But so I think anytime it says a month, we can just say that's 4 weeks.
Yeah. The calendar,
28 days.
I linked an image of a calendar. I kind of like quickly whipped up here. And all of the days are literally like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day, 7 day. void of meaning. But then there are every holiday I think falls on a Monday or a 1 day. It's like designed that way. Starting with the exceptionary first day of the year, the holiday New Year day. That technically doesn't have a day number because
it's a floating day.
That's actually cool. Doing an imperial calendar like this will make it easier for me to automate some stuff in the trade console.
For sure, because you're no longer doing the exceptional date shit.
Yeah, I can just do straight up days.
Exactly. You can just divide by 365 rather than like counting, is it 28 days of February or whatever, or that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll just start at day 66 for the session.
Okay, so tracking back from that would be 54 was the date of our fine. Oh, wow. And actually, that means that we can mark on the calendar when each maintenance period is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So if we're on 66,
we're on a 2 day.
2 day.
So the thing is, though, we started the game off with a random date, right? So like I didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds like your maintenance period is going to be a little bit off simply by virtue of that fact. But
so if we want to like normalize the maintenance periods, it would always be the 29th, 57th, 85th, 113th, 141st, right? Like it's every other on the last column.
All right. Are we ready to begin?
Yeah.
for the day?
Yes.
Okay, so we are in our third session. We have decided it is day 66 of the Imperial calendar. It would be the 7th of March in the old school calendar. We are currently docked at Skip. We failed to find any demand for our selling goods here. I don't think we've looked for what's for sale here. But we did spend a week doing a little bit of some role-playing, gathering some rumors and stuff like that and information here. And in that week, the X-boats have come, and you've all received a little bit of correspondence. One of them is your $50,000 check getting deposited to your company.
Nice.
So those credits are yours now. From your friends at Stern Metal.
All right.
Prematurely put that into our ledger.
Yeah. So there were a couple other things I wanted to throw into the mix here. One would be that Dr. Mafta, your lovely wife, has done a little bit of looking, during this week, has, done a little bit of shopping. We did a little bit of the maintenance period stuff, right, for the ship, and has cautioned you all about, she's hit some headwinds with the administration group here at Skip. Skip is kind of, while it is sort of a little bit kind of balkanized with the different kind of political groups, it is generally run by a group of bureaucratic maintainers of the original imperial structure that kind of controls all the power and maintenance and everything here for the the logistical side of the Burning Man part of Skip. Again, like sort of the general topography of Skip is it is a ring of kind of dilapidated ships, almost like a trailer park of crashed ships, kind of linked together around a nexus that is a former Imperial station that no one kind of remembers what it was for. Some maybe like a signaling station, observing station of the gas giant, probably something like that. The people who maintain the systems here have maintained it for a long time. They are the administrators, also known as the maintainers. And that is one of the factions. Another faction here is sort of like the artist collectives from all the ships that have moved here to basically support themselves with their very strongly anti-democratic and anti-authoritarian art. They are very anti-statist, anti-everything groups. So their art is consistently seen as subversive, but everybody cannot get enough of it. They love it. So the artists here do this, and they're famous because they take hallucinogenics called Muse to help them. So that's a big thing here. And then the third group are the ice miners. And they are the sort of like working class group that live here around the gas giant, harvesting the ice asteroids and things that help support the life systems of the place. So I have names for like the three different sections. Like Huxley is sort of like the section of the place that is largely due to the ice baron people, or sorry, the ice miners. You have Foot, which is the artist corridor, and then you have Marion, who is the sort of the imperial corridors and sort of like maybe like the central hub of the station, where everything's sort of powered. So going back to what Dr. Ramsa came into, one of the maintainers of Skip apparently goes back to some of her work, and apparently they're not very happy. Like they've crossed paths before. They might run into an issue with you all doing anything administratively. For example, you're going to be suffering a malice towards your brokering or anything like that. Even though you did do a good etiquette diplomacy that sort of is carrying forward, you're friend of these headwinds being like, oh, surprise, this person's here. Their name is Administrator Azimuth Cordial.
Okay.
Azimuth Cordial.
Who is making your life hell.
Not very cordial of her.
No.
Yeah.
Do you and a bit of a role playing story, because then there's also not Hansel, what was their name? Semol Hunes and that group with the weird scout that all like the research stuff on it or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna touch base on that, and there's some other stuff going on too. But I do want to have a role playing question about Ramza, and probably this is for both of you, because this would have come up when you decided to strike up a business. Do you know her background and what she got into?
My wife's?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Well, she was doing criminal justice and like criminal rehabilitation, a lot of like the upper end legal, philanthropy, a little bit as well, donation, development, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to a lot of research, like she was a senior researcher who kind of pivoted into sort of that kind of stuff. Do you know what her research was on? Does that ever come up?
Again, I'd hope so. Ashraf would certainly be interested in it.
Yeah.
He's not nominally interested in his wife.
Okay.
He's deeply interested in his wife.
Sure. Exactly, for sure. So like as a role playing thing, I want to ask, is it okay, like how we should handle this here? That she worked for a project called Project Glassmind, and Glassmind was designed to get people like, I can't imagine that Hargrave has very good mental health support. You know what I mean? Especially for people who are not of the right caste systems. So she was really good at prescribing and getting a lot of that kind of work, therapy, and that kind of thing. So that's Project Glassmind, is to clarify people's brains to do this stuff. Now, narratively, there is a dark side to Glassmind, as you could probably imagine. Do you think it's interesting if she told you a cover story and is hiding it from you, or do you think that that there was a dark side and that you've accepted it, or have you noticed, or anything else like that, or what?
I think Ashraf has probably suspected that there's something more to that, but has been willing to let her keep the details to herself, in the same way that Ashraf was in the military, so like he knows sometimes there's stuff you can't talk or don't really want to talk about. I'm sure Ashraf has not spoken at length about the training accident that killed like his work crew, and for which he was almost kicked out of the military.
Exactly. Okay.
So
kind of don't ask, don't tell-y, but we know it's probably thorny.
I think Dr. Ramsa probably knows that her husband knows that there's more, but it's one of these things of like, I trust you. If it's important, you'll tell me.
Yeah. No.
But like, I'm not going to pry unless I think it's necessary.
Totally. And what about Hamilton? Because you probably are seeing it from a different end, right? What is the sort of lay of the land and opinion of Glassmind? It's okay to not have an opinion too, but I think it's.
I think he's probably just heard whatever the old time spacers have to say about it. Like, he's probably heard all kinds of stories, and so it's like, there's nothing that. He's heard the stories about some sinister background, but he's also heard all other sorts of stories. So piecing together what's true, what's not, what's just all tales that, wreckers tell one another, and when they come across each other's paths. One of the things that I was thinking of for Hamilton was that he's a part of the Inter-System Confederation of Wreckers, Demolishers, and Breakers, which are basically salvagers who operate.
Yeah. Is it like the union? Is it like the group Union of Shipbreakers?
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
he's
hell
a long-standing member. Yeah.
Wait, so what was the full Teamster name again?
So I call it the Inter-System Confederation.
Yeah.
Of Wreckers, Demolishers, and Breakers.
Awesome.
Breakers. So the ICWDB.
Yes.
Yes. Cool. Do you have a union number? Like, are you the ICWB 4, or you know what I mean? Like, is there a patch?
Yeah, so
do you have a patch for this or anything?
I think I'm going to use the hex alphanumeric codes for it. So he's part of local M14. That's his. That's where he pays his dues to.
Of course. I love that. Thank you. That's so beautiful. Okay.
Let's see. I have a name for like their leader if we want one.
Yeah, give me the name. Why not?
All right. So I have a list of names. These are names from taken from Ellis Island around the turn of last century. This is Barbary Scum.
It's like, is it literally SCUM or is it like SK?
Yeah, SCUM. Barbary, like the coast, but with an O. Barbary Scum. Here, I'll write them in our chat here.
Yeah, Barbary Scum.
Yes,
that's awesome. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, he's the union boss. Okay. Oh, that's so good. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the credits. Can you give me a name off of that list as well? This is actually a following message off of the expo that came in with the 50,000 credits.
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
This would be a message for Ashraf.
Again?
This would be a message for you, buddy. In just a second, I need a name, and Jim's about to hand me a name.
Yeah, so next one on the list is Julius Guzzler. Spelled just like it sounds.
Incredible.
Julius Guzzler.
Julius Guzzler goes back to your fraternity days and has asked for an invitation for space chess.
Ooh, some space chess, yeah. Alright. Ashraf loves some good space chess.
Yeah. Guzzler would, obviously they would like to hang out and play the space battle game that we talked about for your minis, your minis and stuff, but like that's hard to do. So like, let's just play a game of chess for the time being, So,
yeah. What was the name? Favorite Battle Space Baroque?
Yeah. But we're gonna play just chess for the time being. Do you have a preference to being white or black when you play chess, or do you?
I'm glad you said when we play chess. That was going to be a really uncomfortable question, Eric. I think not an appropriate question, frankly. I think Ashraf would like the challenge of black.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Great. That also kind of makes sense when you're giving an invitation, maybe like the invitation assumes the person hosting is going to be white or black, or you accept and you choose. So cool. So you choose. Great. Nothing to roll for this time. We're just going to get set up. I don't think you need to roll to do your opening moves or anything like that. This will be fine. Just chess buying.
You want to pull up chess.com and play it out real time?
Yeah, for sure. The actual we need a war game in this, so let's do chess. Okay. So that stuff out of the way. Let's go. I want to circle back to the administrator cordial. And is there anything immediately you want to do defensively, proactively about dealing with this place and sort of what the general vibe of Skip is, or what?
So the Dr. Mafta has let us know that like this person's on board. Are they giving us trouble right now? Is this the reason why we couldn't find any buyers? Like,
yeah,
do we? Should we move on somewhere else? Like, those are questions I've got.
So the consequence of this is that it's not just going to be like a minus penalty. It's that normally within a month you can re-roll to see what the demand is. But basically this guy's kind of like hard Xing you out of here due to the background of whatever happened with Dr. Mafta, one working in the Hargrave Harmonial project, Last Mind stuff.
Yeah. I think Ashraf's gonna kind of take Hamilton aside and be like, so I think I need to have a conversation with my wife, and it might be good for you to perhaps talk to some of your working chums about what kind of person this Azimuth Cordial is.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's see.
They're going to cause us trouble.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. Yep. To be clear, like they're not gonna like arrest you. Like you're not like you haven't committed any crimes or anything like that.
No.
They're just
being a dick.
Exactly. Okay, just to be clear. And furthermore, there are some engineers available if you wanted to go do some hiring.
Actually, that sounds Hamilton. If you interview anyone, Ashraf will definitely rubber stamp anyone you want to work with.
Yeah, and you have an outstanding invitation to go back with Hunes to meet the rest of their crew about that potential gig from last session as well. About
that's what I was going to follow up on.
You got the impression that it was about you're trying to kidnap somebody was sort of the vibe you were getting.
Yeah, that was the vibe. Yeah.
Okay.
They're on station now.
Okay, so we don't have to go to the next because they were in like a nearby system with just a gas, like
correct.
no.
Thank you.
No habitation.
Oh, thank you. I forgot about them. Yeah, you're right. Correct.
Right.
You don't have to go anywhere for that.
Itinerary.
Yeah.
Hamilton talk with working chums and interview engineers.
Yeah.
Ashraf talk to his wife, get the fucking skinny on Azimuth. And then after that, we'll go to this meeting about a side gig. Because even if we butter up Azimuth, there's still a time element before we can offload this ship.
Right.
Great.
Cool. Sounds good.
Let's just want to do that with this in this order, or does it matter? Or
yeah, let's do another order.
Good.
Lovely. Oh, the only other things to worry about here at Skip, general threats to be aware of. There are predictable chances of micrometeor asteroid strikes. Your ships are totally fine. You're well supported, able to do this, right? It's not great to be outside in a vac suit in this unless you're protecting, right?
Yeah.
But your ships are going to be covered and be okay. So don't have to worry about that. The other thing, though, is that this base does have exposure to radiation. It has higher than normal rads per whatever. It's unhealthy to stay here too long unless you take anti-radiation drugs, which they have ample amounts for sale. It's kind of just a thing you want to do. This is like a monthly roll, so you don't really have to worry about it unless you're really like hanging out here. Okay. Those are just like two general vibe things. But let's go with the chums.
Yeah.
So nothing really changes. Do you want to go? So again, there were kind of three places I can offer for you to try to like ingratiate yourself in, to see where you're going to go. Diving up some chums. Are you going to go to Huxley? Yeah. The domain of the ice miners, and go over there. Do you want to go to Foot again, which is that sort of artist corridor part here of the dreamers and the poets and the idealists? Or do you want to go to Marion, which is sort of the more imperial, dry, like those are the people who do the maintenance and like working stuff of the base. Maybe that's like a place.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, my first thought is to go to the ice miners because like if you go to the artist collective, I don't think they're going to be able to give a I don't know, like a more accurate view of the status of the station, like what's going on with it. Because part of this is just to get a better feel of like who this cordial person is, like how seriously do we need to take it? Is this a minor annoyance or could it lead to something more serious? But also like where to go to find people who we could hire and take on board. I think that's maybe the where Hamilton starts. So totally. Huxley.
Yeah. And as far as like where I'm getting this from mechanically, by the way, this person, Azimuth Cordial, is an enemy from her life paths, right? Okay. So like that's where this is. I didn't just like randomly say like there's this is one of she has two other assigned enemies so far in the campaign.
Right.
But I'm just saying this is one of them. Okay.
She's got a past.
Yeah.
All right.
Great. But yeah, so let's find out that kind of information talking to the ice miners, I guess, right? And see kind of what they know about them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I had you roll I think you roll some kind of streetwise stuff earlier, about sort of this place, to get an idea. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information. It was like, just a general, you had a 9 last time, I think. So like just in general, what do you know about Huxley? Huxley is sort of the domain of, there is one miner who's kind of richer than the others, by the name of Archibald Moses.
Okay.
They recently took over the Occidental, which is kind of like the local hangout place where drinking gambling den.
Okay.
If this is Burning Wheel, if this is Burning Man, I kind of want this part to be a little more like Deadwood / Wild West kind of. Okay, like there's give a little more saloon vibe here, but obviously this guy is rich and has made this place a little nicer than your older blue collar kind of industrial spot.
Yeah. Let's see. There's like recent renovations, kind of. Okay.
Yeah, and the reputation of Archibald Moses is that I want you to think of maybe the sci-fi version of Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
We love a Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. Harsh, vulnerable. Harsh, honorable, violent. I combined honorable and violent to make the opposite. I'm sorry.
we call him Bill the Butcher honorable? Is that?
Yeah. Listen, in some ways, there was one good eye. Yes. Yeah.
I'll never forgive him for what he did to the mayor.
Yeah.
Or the sheriff. What's his name?
Yeah. The actor, the funny guy, that guy who's normally a comedian. Yeah, whatever.
I
forgot his name.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was Jackie Gleason.
Yes. Is it Jackie?
Gleason.
Jack Gleason. It's definitely Gleason. Yeah.
Gleason.
Yeah. Okay.
John C. Reilly was the cop who got.
You got it mixed up. Yeah. Right.
A cap.
Okay.
Great movie.
It is. I have to rewatch it.
You never have like 9 hours to spare. Great movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, this is their slice of the Burning Man festival.
Okay. All right. Then. So is this Moses here? Is he here right now? Okay. He's just the person to know.
Proprietor. He's the proprietor. He doesn't actually work the bar. He just owns it. You get the impression that Moses is the kind of guy that you get indebted to when you have a bad break or anything like that, or he can pay for your lawyer kind of muscle about your claims and stuff like that. He's ended up basically kind of being pseudo judge here, that kind of stuff. He kind of has that sort of cultural sway here. Right. So you are beneath his attention for the time being.
Sure, that's fine. We have enough potential trouble as is. Okay.
Sure.
We'll go there. Hamilton's not looking to make waves. He just wants to see what's what.
The general talk, I think, that you would hear right now is that there is a free trader here called the White Roses of Gloucester that has docked here. And they've been bringing in Skip, a new shipment of anti-radiation drugs, that they provide to people and stuff like that. So they're kind of bringing in, so there's kind of a glut of medical type stuff around here. And they're talking about, and the general vibe of this place is generally how it sucks that these artists are going to just diffuse this stuff into their drugs for their, stupid experiments and art things when, us hard miners need this stuff. We're out there risking life and limb. This is the stuff that keeps us alive. Murmuring.
I mean, that's right up Hamilton's alley. You need those rad meds because you're spending all that time out in the vacuum, and you need that. And they're just using it for, get high and their consciousness. So that's the general vibe that Hamilton will take. Yeah, screw them. Can't believe they're trying to do that.
Yeah.
But make a mental note of hey, if we ever find some some medicine, we know where we can offload it without hopefully too much trouble.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So they're kind of, they seem like they've got some beef with a little bit of everybody on the station. Yeah. Hamilton mostly wants to know what's their opinion of the administration here, of the maintainers, and also is there anything to watch out for? Anyone to stay clear of?
They are they have a very strong positive relation with the maintainers here.
Okay.
They are mutualists in the sense that the ice that they mine is directly needed to power the life support here, right?
Okay.
they need the augmented water and stuff that you get from the ice mining. So they are seen as almost, it's not just symbiotic, but mutual, like, beneficial thing. So they they say they have their rights, to be here. The artists are kind of like, technically they have their own rights to be. Technically, no one really has the rights to be here except for the Imperial people, but they kind of put up with them. But the idea is that, like, hey, at least we provide a service, kind of thing.
Okay.
But the Imperial administration does not have a security force that can kick these people away, right?
Right.
So they're kind of just here. And if anything, it's kind of like, exactly. And it's kind of, and we come to the agreements. You saw how the person who was counterfeiting the O2 chips and stuff like that got kicked out and had to take the long walk. That is very much the vibe here. So, like, they have made it work, and there are some agreements about how things should be run here. How to balance all the power, life support, all that kind of stuff. So they have a pretty strong working relationship. They're also the ones who pay for the ice, right? So they
sure. Yeah, you can see how the ice miners would be generally supportive of that. Does anyone here know about what's going on with the scout ships and everything? Like, if they heard anything themselves about who these people are or what they're after?
Yeah, let's go to a roll here to gather specific rumors as you're talking. Like, obviously you've ingratiated yourself already, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be cool with a carouse or even streetwise, depending on if or something like that, or maybe even persuade if you want to, like, really, like, press somebody.
Strangely enough, I do not have any carouse. I don't have any ranks in it, at least.
That's okay.
So I think I go with the streetwise angle. He's trying to get a lay for the land. Well, who's who?
Yeah.
What are the unspoken avenues of power here?
Yeah. In my head, going by streetwise means you see what the truth is by what is being described, right? And what is inferred through the negative space is how you're getting, rather than being able to directly ask. This is your inferential ability. All right. Do Soch because we're talking, right?
Yeah. Let's see. All right.
This is basically open-ended.
Nah, 7.
7.
So.
Well, it's open-ended. So, like, my thought is there. I think you're probably going to succeed at a cost. My thought here is, if you want to know what that is, you get the impression they're not to be trifled with. That scout ship. Everyone here is like kind of shuts up about it. But I know what it is. I think the bartender is going to take a liking to you. Yeah. And I think what's going to happen is they maybe kind of hear what you're kind of going after here. And they're going to ask you about your stuff. So if you want to find out information, they're going to find out information on you. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, he's here to. I mean, like we don't really have anything to hide as far as Hamilton's concerned. Like nothing big, at least.
Yeah.
So he's like, we're new outfit, trying to get our feet under us, that kind of thing.
Yeah, new outfit. So are you settling here long, or are you like the White Roses here? Are you going to be heading out?
We're heading out soon. We'd hope to offload some of this fabric that we picked up in Hargraves. Maybe people need more clothes or suits, jumpsuits, work gear. Lots of things you can do with that. But it doesn't look like it. I guess you just like small talk about that. Always loop it around to how everything sucks for them. Like just that kind of negative.
Who else
attitude.
is in your crew? Yeah, but like I think the idea though is you're going to reveal Dr. Ramsa and Ashraf are your fellow people on your ship, right? Yeah. Right. Okay. So, like, in other words, they are known entities now, and
they're partners. They're part owners of the ship. They're all.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So the big thing for me is cool. So in other words, we don't have to get into it so far, but the idea is that they're going to be in the same way that you are trying to infer stuff from different people. They're going to infer stuff from you. Okay.
Yep.
I'm fine with that. So, remind me again what you were asking. I got distracted by Colin's thing.
That's a good. He's not just specifics about the scout crew or anyone's interactions with them, but
Right.
Potential, he's looking for two. The overall, Hamilton's looking for two things here: any leads or clues about work, either in this system or another, and who do I need to go to talk to hire on? Who's looking to join a crew? That kind of thing.
Got it. Well, you can get an appointment with Moses and get yourself a license to prospect in the ice ring. So you can kind of do some independent work there. However, if you're looking for more work around here, you understand that the scout crew. Did I give you a name for the ship?
I don't have one. No.
Okay. If you don't have a name for it, then the name is the Veil of Isis.
Veil of Isis.
Yeah, and the Veil is they're here under the blessings. They've recently came here to secure the blessings of Archibald Moses for something.
Okay.
So the bartender will not disclose to you what they're doing, but whatever it is, it requires sanctioning from, what they consider a powerful broker here.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Okay. That's interesting.
Right. Because if you recall, you did perform sort of like a life support ritual to be here. I think the idea is that there's sort of like a law of hospitality about being in this place. So like while there may not necessarily be a strong sense of a police force or stuff like that, everyone knows that like we're a small group. You can't be messing, like it's never gotten too bad where there's been open conflict or in that kind of way.
Things seem too precarious here for anybody to create too much trouble.
Exactly, right? Like no one's gonna like blow a hole in the side of the station and like kill everybody. Like that, that would just be like a frankly insane thing to do, right? So like there's sort of a sense that like that you're not gonna go around and like just shooting your Gauss rifle through the walls. Have explosive decompression for somebody. Like we're gonna we're gonna work together in some ways, right? Yeah. So that's sort of so it comes back to hospitality and sharing of your life supports.
Yeah. I guess the final thing looking for, other than like potential new hires for the crew, is like, do you need Moses' blessing to skim the gas giant? Like the ice mining, he understands, but like, what about other resources of the system?
Yes,
you just don't. I don't want to step on your toes or cross the line. I don't know, that kind of thing.
It would be prudent for you to either get their blessing or maybe even if you can get the administrative. You should be a known entity. It would look bad if you were just a stranger passing through, getting quote unquote getting water. Without.
Yeah.
But you're doing a lot showing up here too, Mr. Barca.
Well, yeah, and if whatever I need to do, he'll slip it in. Whatever I need to do, if we need to meet with this Moses, we need to contribute towards the common good here, then we will do what we can. Yeah. Certainly want to be welcome here should we return.
Yeah. Indeed you will. Cool. That works out. Do you want to go to the engineers and talk to getting an idea here? Yeah. Okay. So you have let's do a roll to see how well you are at attracting people, because I'll tell you straight up, I have 3 that I've kind of generated, and let's kind of I want to get an idea of whether or not you're gonna get offered all 3, or maybe one will just appear depending on how well you attract your attention.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So he's got mostly how he's doing it. He'll ask the bartender or whoever he's been chatting up, where he should go. But when it comes to putting out the word, he is going to be as official and above board as he knows how to be. He's not trying to be underhand about we're looking to hire a legitimate crew.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Well, I think the bartender, I think she's going to be like, she might like ring a bell or like hit like a thing or be like, hey, well, work order. We have the bright ship of what was it called again? Yeah, so and like she hands you over like the little like microphone, to like save the name of the ship or whatever. Yeah.
The guy's Folly. He was like,
the guy's Folly. Yeah, we're looking for a mechanic. That kind of thing. Yeah, looking for a healthy hale. Someone with ice in the a rock cracker with ice in their veins. Can help with some mechanicals. Right.
Well said.
So
so he'll do that.
Okay. Give me another Streetwise, I think, to recruit. Or do you want to like maybe is there a better role for Streetwise to like assess these people? I want to almost allow for like engineering or mechanic or something like that to get a sense.
Yeah, that's what he's looking for. Does the person, are they like who they are as a person matters, but like we need someone with the skill set. Like that's what he's looking. If they're an asshole, and as long as they don't like aren't violent, he's less concerned about that.
Yeah.
Than can they get the job done?
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone who works with a lot of very difficult people, as long as they get the job done, they can be difficult.
Yeah. I get it.
So maybe like
engineer social,
engineer social, or that makes sense.
So you want this person to almost be like your catch-all / apprentice, right? So the idea of like basically, asking what your strengths are in a social way kind of makes sense to me to get a feel of like cool, because this will wean through the list a little bit to who you get.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is like the sense of getting hirelings in D&D, where like you don't know what their stats are till you hire them. You know, you don't know. Yeah. Like they will say, like, "Oh yeah, I'll happily hold a torch for you," or whatever. I know this thing. So this is sort of representing the over what we're doing here. Oh, eight's solid. Okay, great. So you will throw. I'll give you three folks to go through. Okay. So the first one, you're gonna probably outright dismiss. Aziz Green. They clearly they don't know anything about mechanics. They do not have the mechanical skill, but they got heart. They are definitely they are skilled at actually not really sure what they're skilled at, but they're savvy. I would say that they're savvy, but you're probably not the one you're looking for. I think
we're not going to write them off entirely, because it's like if they're bright, then we could teach them.
Yeah, but
it'd be nice to have someone we didn't have to bring up to speed.
They are absolutely exactly. So you have another one, same age, 22. You have a 22-year-old. This person has weirdly enough has experience in so this person's Bartholomew Ghazi is their name.
Okay.
They have let's see. They answer your mechanical questions with with an able level. They have that sort of experience. I don't know exactly what their sad sob story is, but I think the idea here is their other skills that is like they're skilled in a vac suit as well. And they also have orbital artillery. It's their skill. So their focuses are orbital artillery, mechanical 1, and vac suit 1. So
all right.
That's they're 22, and you get the impression though that they have a hot head. They are keen to win the love of somebody, which you maybe haven't heard more about, but you get the idea. Like that's like they're young, they're in love, and they're desperate to like get out there, make a name for themselves, get money, get rich, get off this being a poor ice belter.
Yeah. All right.
So that's Bartholomew. And then the other one is a very say more senior than our poor one-term belter. This guy is a merchant from the past. They introduce themselves as Finn, third officer Finn Fuji.
Finn Fuji.
And if you get the impression talking to them, they also have about the same level of mechanical knowledge as Bartholomew. However, they almost are interviewing you more than you're interviewing them from that impression. Like this person is not here for the money or the paycheck. Okay. So he's asking you. He's asking you about almost like your life and what your dreams are. About So you like. I can tell from your frame you have spent many years in space. Yeah. There's a hard life out here.
It is hard. I looked out, got some shares in a ship here with my two partners, and we're looking to make a name for ourselves. And Hamilton will go through his basically what he ends up kind of revealing to the bartender. He'll let this person know, here's who we are, here's what our deal is. still getting our feet under us.
Agravian nobility.
Someone,
I can. Yeah. Very strong. Do they still carry? Tell me, does your captain still carry his sword?
Oh yeah. Captain carries his sword. Yeah.
Good, because if there's one thing in my 42 years of life I've seen is that, despite being in space, using a sword is a necessary requirement.
Hamilton would like to know about where Finn served, like what vessels he was on, what his service looked like.
He will talk to you about he has served on some of the larger, like he worked for Oricon for a while. That's maybe where he got his start. Okay. You have to. He says though, a older he lost it all like when he was maybe like 30, and he ended up getting stuck on Gilgamesh for a while, where his first captain from Oricon discovered him and saved him from almost certainly a doomed expedition to. He described something called shimmer nests, which are some kind of like exotic deadly bug that they want the eggs from out in the deserts of Gilgamesh. That people try to get rich off of. That almost certainly will kill you, right? But there he underplays how good he is with a sword, which tells you he probably has a decent sword skill.
Yeah.
And he tells you that I have, and to that captain I owe her everything.
What Hamilton's trying to get a sense of specifically from this person, because they've got quite a lot of more experience than the other two. Yeah. Is he gonna be like, oh well, no, actually, this is the better way to do it, and constantly try to go above our heads, right. And or is he gonna slot into where you'd be working underneath my authority, basically?
Yeah. I understand how small crews can be. I do not want to impede or impose myself. I'd be happy to take a salary. My number one concern, though, is I will need... What's the word for space or latitude for his own personal goals?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Nothing
pops out at me, but I get what you're saying. He wants a bit of freedom.
I'm looking for... You must understand that... I'm sure. Actually, he'll probably talk down to you because he is also basically a noble at his age, where you're not. It's like it's one thing in the nobles in our blood is a sense of honor, and you must know that I owe a life debt to my former captain. I've recently got news that they are in fact alive somewhere in this sector, and I must rescue them or see where they are from their foul fate.
Here in Skip? No. Or just somewhere in the cluster.
Somewhere in the cluster. They're in the hands of a syndicate that I have a name for somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Caravan of 1,000,000 Prayers is the name of the syndicate. They are also AKA CAP, AKA the Syndicate, AKA the Dharma.
Okay.
They are a large, multi-sector sense of smaller criminal gangs kind of all together.
Okay. Caravan of 1,000,000. What was it? Prayers. All right. And have we heard of them? Like, are they big enough that we're not necessarily connected?
Yeah. You know that they are basically, I don't want to say like they're the Yakuza of Hargrave, but like if there was an element like that, it would almost certainly would have been controlled by them.
Okay.
Because remember, like this was such a high law kind of thing. Like you imagine, there's probably like the untouchable class that is able to do stuff. They're almost surely like synced up to a syndicate. But this also represents like other groups across different worlds as well. So basically, they're like, I'll be your hired hand. I'll be happy to help you. I can do any. They will describe to you that they are somewhat knowledgeable in electronics and comm systems, gunnery systems. They can drive a mean hovercraft, but most importantly, they are skilled with a sword. Okay. But they owe this life debt, and that debt will come first.
Yeah. All right. Finn, I need a little bit of time to think about this, and we'll get back to you before the end of the cycle.
Yeah.
In a day, as it were. Let you know what our decision is. Because I like this guy. This guy seems like he'd be good to have. He's got a lot of skills, a lot of experience, but we could be taking on something that's like, if we're going up against a big criminal syndicate that we're just not equipped to handle yet. Like our ship doesn't even have any way to defend itself other than to bug out.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, I've noticed our lack of weaponry.
So we're trying to steer clear of too many things like that. We're like, we're gonna make a jailbreak, but he sounds like he'd be a good asset.
And we can always cut ties if there was a problem in the future.
Yeah. The other two, like Bartholomew Ghazi, seems, he's got the right skills. That he's a hothead is, we could probably deal with that. But it's more, the thing that gives me pause there is like, he's got some passion that's going to draw him away from us eventually, right? He's going to go looking for his love. Yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas, and Aziz is like, okay, you don't have the skills that gives us the chance to teach you the ones that we want you to have. Kind of a blank slate. And if he's got, passion and he's a good person, then that, more likely to fit in with us. But it's going to be a while before he's, an asset to us, as it were. So more moldable, more exactly what we want. My first choice would be Finn, but given his life debt, this sounds like something that Hamilton would want to just like quick check in with Ashraf about.
100%.
Yeah. Because he's like, I can hire whoever I want, but this is something that would indebt all of us. We would all have to be have to participate in this.
What is the pitch to Ashraf?
So ping you on the comms, and it's like just got done with my interviewing some potential candidates for the crew, and I really like this one guy, Finn, former merchant officer. Tell he's got a bit of a noble streak to him. Good with a sword, he says, but he's got a life debt to a former captain who's run afoul of the caravan syndicate. And he's kind of light on details about what he would want of that, but pretty big priority for him that he repays that debt as quickly as possible. He's got a lot of skills and experience, so
I'm not against taking on someone who has a life debt, but I do want more details about the life debt if we're taking it on. Like if this is a swing into action to go do something, that's doable. We can do that. I don't mind helping people. But if he's unwilling to go more than just nebulously, that there's a thing I might do, that's a harder swing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can add some more details for this to push us along, so you don't have to go back and talk to him or anything like that. The idea is that he basically only recently found out that this captain was alive. She was presumed dead for a long time, but something came up, and now he's trying to drop everything and go find her and save her, like Liam Neeson Taken style. They will stop at nothing.
Okay.
Is it that he wants permission to do this? We make our way to a place, and then it's like, you got some leave to go do whatever you want for a bit, and then comes back, or does he want our help, like our active participation with it?
No, he won't ask for your active participation, but if he's off, you have to understand that if you hire him and bring him on, and you're leaving in a week, but he finds that there's a trail here and it's going to take him a month or whatever, he's like, see ya, we're going to part ways immediately. This comes first.
Right. Yeah, that thing comes first.
Yeah. No, he won't ask you to get involved, and there's a chance things can befall upon you as well. If you
yeah.
And he'll do his best to contain it, right? He doesn't want you all to be a risk, but just understand that he's a man of honor, and this person saved his life from Like you've never been to Gilgamesh, like you have no idea what how Horatio but you lived on Hargrave, and like you've seen the iterant labor forces of Hargrave are treated, but like this is worse. This is like to get to always go to Dune. This is like Harkonnen, Arrakis. This is like there's a difference here in terms of the the value of labor on Gilgamesh.
Okay.
So they
and that's where his former captain is.
No, that's who former captain saved him from a life being doomed. Right. Yeah, he basically Arachne taught him the early parts when he was like a first officer, right? And then you can imagine by the time he was a second officer going to third officer, he was doing well, and then his captain like betrayed the crew or ran afoul with somebody and stuff, and he got stranded in Gilgamesh, and eventually he through strings of bad luck, misfortune, as the world goes, he ended up having to take jobs as a shimmer nest hunter, and like it's like the worst job in the world. It's like a high lethality rate kind of stuff, right? Like it's horrendous. So that, or like straight up being a gladiator is like, or a duelist is like kind of, you get the impression like he's had to kill to survive. He does not relish it. He wants to be a normal. Work on a ship and stuff. And so this person who saved him, who taught him stuff and then saved him later, who came back and like learned and willing to save him, he's going to say, I'm going to do anything to save her. Right.
I got you. Okay. I think that he's my pick because there's a little bit of risk that something blows back on us, but okay. He's got a lot of skills. If he pulls it off, or if he pays off his life debt and then comes back, then that means that we've got a pretty skilled and dedicated crewman. Like his commitment to this shows that he's like an upstanding, he's not gonna, he's not out to just use us for a bit and then go his own way. Seems like.
Yeah. I think for Ashraf, it's simpler. I think Ashraf kind of thinks on it a bit and quotes one of the 5 noble pillars from his Buddho-Islamic faith. The declaration of faith, of charity, is that the God which is in me is the God which is in anyone, and so I make charity and alms in service to that inner divinity. Here's a noble work. Here's a chance to perform the charity to which he's called.
Yeah, that resonates really a lot with Hamilton, because he sees parallels between Finn, Fuji, and himself. I think we'll offer him a position. I think that's good. Yeah. So we'll contact him then and let him know what the terms are, that kind of thing.
Nice. It's amazing who you run into at the bar at the Ice Miner bar.
Right.
Yeah. I think the offer is like, you're welcome aboard. Keep us in the loop because we're probably interested in helping.
Yeah.
He'll take your standard rate.
Okay.
And that would be as a, hold on.
I assume the way you do stuff for people is you just pay them a normal amount for like a certain trial period, and then you can like offer them equity in the ship and the trades. Like, say like, hey, like, oh, we're going to be a long term. I'll give you a percentage of the profits, kind of stuff. That's probably how it goes. Right?
Which is something we haven't worked out amongst ourselves. Hamilton is getting paid. Right now, everyone is getting paid 5,000 as Hamilton is getting 5,000 as an astrogator on the books. Dr. Mofta is getting 5,000, taking both a steward and a medic's salaries. And yours truly is technically getting paid 6,000 as a pilot, but only on the books. I think an engineer would also be 5,000. But we haven't discussed equity at all. I've kept notes that Dr. Mofta has invested 113,400 credits in capital for our first trade run, and I've invested 40,000 in capital. So we are sort of owed a little bit to be made whole.
Totally. That's up for you all to figure out.
Yeah. Honestly, when we start making proper money, that's when we have the conversation.
Yeah, totally.
These are things for when we have the resources to really divide it all. I got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's fine with Hamilton. Hamilton is privileged to be like, yeah, I don't, whatever, as long as it doesn't, as long as he gets his fair share, he'd prefer to be left out of any of the finer details.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It all just gives me a headache.
Yeah. Cool. Finn will accept that, assuming he has quarters that would be suitable. He would like to meet both of you, both the Maftas as well, and yeah, you get a sense they're an honorable person and very honorable, very determined. The only other pertinent thing, Colin, that you should know when you stepped away for very valid reasons was if you want to refuel here off the gas giant, you probably need permission, or you just, you should declare yourself that what your intentions are with one of the power factions here. So either with Huxley, Foot, or Marion in the sectors. Like, someone should just know who you are. You don't have to be best buds with them, but the idea is that, like, you're not just a stranger coming over here drinking from the watering hole. You have...
Okay.
You perform the life support ritual here. Just do something, show a little bit of courtesy, take a penny, leave a penny kind of thing. Like, and then you can be on your way.
So the impression I get was that, is there anything more that we needed to do to secure that from this Moses guy?
No, you can just send him a comms thing and just let him know.
Okay. Hamilton will do that then.
Like, hey, we're this ship, we've docked in here, blah blah blah. Now you can, like, talk him up, or it can just be, like, very, like, polite, or just very,
he posted something like, I heard that you were the person to talk to and let know that this is our intention here, not trying to horn in on your territory, just looking to pick up some fuel and that kind of thing.
For sure. And the other thing, Colin, was the Hamilton's first streetwise role to, like, get in here meant that Hamilton has sort of, like, also implied who you are and who Roms is, and sort of, like, you don't have any secrets to hide at this point, but the idea is, like, oh, you're relatively a new outfit, that kind of stuff. Like, there's not a lot of secrets, but the idea is that someone could have picked up and kind of pegged you for what kind of group you are as a mark from talking.
First off, no one pegs me but Dr. Mafta. But...
the ship, though. Okay.
Skip is a Class E starport?
Yep. They do not have fuel.
Okay.
You have to fuel at the gas tank.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. It also means they don't charge a berthing cost.
Correct.
So we are saving like 40 credits a week.
Yeah. If you remember, like, a lunar rover looking type thing brings out, like, one of the suction tents, like, to the back of it to hook up to your ship that you walk through to get in.
That's incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
Totally normal.
Yeah. I think it's probably around, like, at the end of this first cycle day, as you guys were deliberating about your new engineer, you get the ship-wide message, or a site-wide message of a micrometeor strike coming in 2 days.
Okay.
So any EVA type things need to get done now before it happens.
Yeah. I don't think we have any. Like, we don't need repairs. We don't need anything like that.
No.
We will need to refuel before we leave system.
That's okay. You can do that. That doesn't require EVA. Especially, like, while you're docked here.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm sorry, it's day 66, you said?
Yep, it's about to be day 67.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, we're in the evening of day 66.
Making sure the ship ledger has a place I can keep track of the day.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Right, we're technically prepaid for the next maintenance period.
Okay.
Great.
That was interviews and working chums. Now I think I talked to my wife.
Yeah, let's have that scene. Where do you go off the station, or do you stay on your ship? Kind of antisocial. I don't feel like you would do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, for this talk, we're staying on the ship. I think that Ashraf and his wife have like a special little almost ceremony when it's like we need to have like a serious talk, but I don't want it to be threatening. Like a kind of like, we need to talk, parenthetical, you're not in trouble. That, right? And it's we have like a little set of like china from our wedding.
Like oh my god!
2 teacups, and so we make the specific coffee, and only using this china. And like when someone makes that coffee and uses those cups, it's like, okay, I wanna have a serious talk. There's nothing wrong, but we need to be, yeah.
So even though you use like, you have a certain kilogram, weight allotment of personal effects, and like it's so important that gets involved in the kill. Like it's brought along on the ship. That's so sick.
It looks like they're like 2 like handgun cases, but one of them is just filled with the china. Like one is my service pistol, the other is.
Oh, nice. So like hand mahogany, like a velvet interior. Yeah. Okay, great. That's so cool. Yeah. Well,
and it's nice to do this when we have gravity. So,
for some definitions of gravity. Okay.
Yeah, Ashraf's gonna sit down and be like,
it's tough to pour. Like, sorry, like to interject, it's always tough to pour. Even in artificial gravity, it still doesn't pour just quite right. Like you have artificial 1G, but I'm not. It's just a detail. It doesn't mean anything. You're fine.
We probably have little like covers that we can put on top of it for when it's low gravity or something, and we just want to make sure we're not spilling liquid all over a spaceship.
For sure. We don't need the teeth in there.
We just put the baggie in the cup. The cup is symbolic.
It's important. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Ashraf's going to make the coffee, sit down with them, and be like, soul of my souls, a name has come up in our dealings, Azimuth Cordial, and it's a name I somewhat remember from an old conversation of ours, and I think it's now time for me to get a little more context of who that is and why they fucking hate us.
They were a argumentative and disruptive member of Project Glassmind, and I thought they were relegated to the dustbins of Hargrave Administratum, but it seems that they, like a weed, has sprouted up again somewhere else. Unfortunately, it's right in our face here at Skip.
It is. And certainly, I think that there are many souls out there that are petty to the point of unending pettiness. But I need to ask if there's more to this than that.
Darling, they just had moral objections to the directions of certain aspects of Glassmind. They were going to go to the press, and they were quietly pushed aside.
Yes,
and they've clearly harbored misgivings.
Yes, that is the sort of more to this I think we need. Moral misgivings.
Yes.
Darling. What moral misgivings might they have had?
I do psychological research, correct? And know a little bit of cybernetics and philosophy.
Yes.
Wow. Hargrave needed to have information on, shall we say, experimental cybernetics for cognition enhancement.
All right.
The Neurohelm 1, like I'm talking like, no, this is like the iPod, of like the world, like, the standard kind of like technology for cybernetics enhancement, stuff like that. Basically, they're the ones who figured out the patches that needed to get needed before it became a public thing. So they were doing that on prisoners.
On prisoners?
Yes. It was a voluntary thing. Prisoners volunteered for it. They didn't have to do it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this is the objection. Then
someone with a gun to their head may agree to a lot of things that they otherwise might not have. Have you been able to square the circle of the work you did there and the work that you did when I met you?
I'm trying. That's what she says. That's a ledger that now you don't believe, like, I don't think they believe in hell, right? But you definitely believe in making sure your soul's ready and like right for people, right? So she's like, you believe in atonement. That's the
yes.
That's my. In addition to being your wife, that is my full-time job. As she sees it, yeah, she's atoning for this. Is what I have to be able to speak candidly about my past and what I've done, and I'm working to make amends.
My initial thought was that this conversation would give me context, so that I could talk with Azimuth Cordial directly. But I think I'm not the one who should talk to Azimuth Cordial.
You implying I should?
Yes.
What does Skip have that we need? Surely we can get this alone.
No, this is no longer about Skip.
See.
It is easy to make atonement to the faceless representatives of your sin. I think this is a real face that you need to atone to directly, if you're atoning. And look, if Azimuth takes it poorly and is truly an asshole, I'll piss in his coffee myself, but I think it's worth the effort.
Can you persuade her
to
do this? She wants to, basically she wants to, she wants to walk the walk, but this is really hard to do.
Oh yeah.
To be like, hey, sorry, I got you kicked off the project, and you didn't, raise a stink about this thing. It'd be so much easier.
Do I have persuade? I don't even see it on the list. Am I blind?
How? Diplomat has negotiating a peace treaty. We might be at that scale too. If that
can we? Is there a skill just wife? Oh, there's persuade. I do not have persuade. There it is.
Advocate is debating an argument. So if you have advocate, I could actually would allow advocate.
Okay.
Persuade.
Yeah, advocate uses education. Right. I imagine that it would be kind of formal, more formal debate type thing.
You could use, but this could be advocate social.
Okay. Oh, that gives me a bonus. Okay, I'll take it. Oh no!
Well, versus a 6. Okay. She does not. My son of my sons, you promise I will do this, but I'm not ready right now to do this. This is frankly an ambush, and this person will. I ruined their life.
Ambush. An ambush.
I promise I will. When we return to Skip, I will make amends on the return trip. But don't make me do it now. I promise. You have my solemn promise.
Understood.
Yeah. So you don't like this game doesn't have bonds or ties or something like that. Does this make you feel good about her, or
no?
Does this feel
Ashraf is disappointed, and Ashraf is not going to sleep with her until she does this. Little Liza Strata gambit here.
Okay.
Ashraf is like, very well. I respect the timetable of your journey, but you ain't getting this honey dick until you're done. So I don't know.
That's okay. Very fair. Very, very, very fair. Yeah. You made a very compelling argument. Even that is also a very compelling argument. But
yeah,
the dice are the dice. So I think she's gonna try to avoid doing it.
Yeah. And Ashraf is not going to belabor the point, but he is going to like do the dishes shirtless and do a car wash, out of the pool slowly, just
while the new engineer is moving in too. I love it.
Just an Ashraf is like half naked doing the dishes, be like, "Oh, sorry, don't mind me. I'm just frustrating my wife."
Yeah. Hamilton goes by. He's like, "Mommy and Daddy are fighting." Awesome. As they go to the fridge to grab their latest, frozen veggie burrito that you got from still frozen, the last one from Grapes. The real sci-fi fiction we want in our world. Okay. Well, the following day we have the meeting with the scout crew. I don't think I gave you a ship name for it, Colin. I don't know if you heard it, but the ship is called the Veil of Isis.
Nice.
So, away we go. You're heading back to the Occidental, where you're going to be meeting up with the crew. It is run by the pilot engineer, Carolata Marsh. They have a navigator, and 4 deckhands as well. So it's a crew of 6.
Okay.
This whole group looks very rough and tumble when you see them. Sorry, I forgot. In my notes, I had one thing as well from last session I didn't add. So before we go into this, let's do a little bit of a check for maybe some background stuff that you wanted to. Because I'm going to assume that Hamilton did his diligence the last time you met Hoons and looked up this ship and stuff like that. And I will give this to you for free because you are part of the Scrapper Union and stuff like that. The transponder code that the Veil of Isis is using, you've seen it before when it was in the scrapyard. The ship isn't who they say they are. Now, you do not know what their reg matches and stuff like that today or anything like that. That will require investigation. So if you wanted to bring that up and before this meeting and have some stuff like that, we can do that together as a crew this evening.
I think it's worth everyone knowing about that.
Yeah.
So it uses this is the transponder code for the Veil of Isis.
Yeah, so you can imagine because remember when you were looking out the window at the ship describing stuff like that, and you see the registration code there, and it's E675444, and you're like, I've definitely seen that number before, in my wrecking days. There's no way, that's so weird. How do they have this number?
How do they have this number? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll bring everybody up to speed.
They're legally, everything about it is legal. They're parked legally, all that kind of stuff. It's just their general ship code that's coming up in the systems and physical is wrong. At least you say it's wrong. You could be misremembering, but you don't. I would tell you that, but no, you're pretty damn confident. So bring this up.
They're using basically a stolen ship code for something else. Could be any reason. Lots of people using various transponder codes.
Yeah.
But never for an altruistic reason.
If you remember, they described you remember they had sensor equipment for monitoring storms, is what they told you.
Yeah. That's right.
So yeah.
Okay.
You wanted a tour of the ship, and they were like, hard no. You do not come on our ship. But you know. So anyways, yeah, what does you want to bring that up to Ramsa, Finn, everybody?
Yeah.
About what to do?
Yeah, I'll let them know. Since it's like this, they could be asking us to do something sketchy. We don't know who they're affiliated with on the station yet.
No, you do. Finn, at least Finn and yourself, they can say they were affiliated with. They had a deal with Archibald Moses, the richest ice miner here.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. They needed his blessing for something. You assume
that's right. Okay.
You assume it's this job that they're at. They tapped you to see if you're interested in.
All right. And we'll give details of that. Like all we know is that it might involve a snatch and grab.
Correct.
Yeah.
To what ends or why you're maybe hoping to figure out in this meeting, then you might be able to get some clues. Background checking, assuming you roll really well.
Okay. Yeah, let's hear them out.
Is background checking in the itinerary, or should we just go to the meeting thinking that we're not going to be able to?
I mean, it'd be nice if we could. Do we have the capacity to do a bit of background check on them?
Yeah, this would be either like an investigate skill. I could also see a just straight up admin skill. To kind of correlate stuff. A computer hacking type skill might work as well. Socializing could, something to. Maybe not socializing because you're trying to figure out. Well, I guess socializing would give you the answer, just not about what they're doing here, and maybe not necessarily why they're. I guess you would circuitously get back to why their codes don't match.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it would definitely flavor the answer. What anything like that sound good or something else?
Of all of those, the only one that Hamilton is, skilled in is computer operations. If you can get access to the system's computer or the station's computer and dig through the files there, you could probably come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if we have that kind of access.
I think there's public access terminals, at least in Marion. I think that would be everywhere, actually. Huxley, Foote, and Marion would have public access computer terminals.
Okay.
I get the impression that this is the place that doesn't exactly have, necessarily a, laptops everywhere kind of thing. I feel like this place kind of has the server mainframe thing. You have to go to physical computers. If you want to connect your high technology laptops and stuff to this place, you have to get an analog, corded phone dongle plugged into your computer kind of thing. It's got also because of the radiation, maybe it's bad for the Wi-Fi signal, or something like that. So it's a little more.
That makes sense. Okay. It's the only, I think, because portable computer is the only really expensive thing he owns.
Sure.
So I've got.
Then you can. I imagine that when you plug in your ship to the life support and stuff like that, there's probably an adapter kind of thing for plugging into the mainframe. And so maybe not. Maybe you don't have to go. Maybe you can just plug in your laptop directly into this spot.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. He doesn't have any explicit hacking software. Most of it is for operating the ship, but it is a computer too.
Cool. And as a game, are we interested? Should I ask you a question? Should I be nickel and diming you for money in this game?
I mean.
Is that something? Are we interested in tracking that?
I don't mind tracking it.
Yeah, I don't mind tracking it, and it gives purpose to my spreadsheet. So
right. Cool. Then let's just call this 200 for the dongle adapting stuff that you bought when you landed. Okay.
Sounds good.
And Jim, just let me know when you want to put in a reimbursement slip to the ship ledger.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll make we'll call it a form 218B. If you fill that out, just make sure you have the receipts so we can get it to you.
All right. I'm just gonna pay for it myself. I I converted some of my credits to O2 chits when we got here, so I'll just pay for it with that.
This is like,
as soon as there was paperwork,
Hamilton's allergic to paperwork.
Starts falling asleep. All right.
Meanwhile, that's one of the things that Ashraf does shirtless in front of Ramza. Is doing the taxes. Yeah. Oh, will you look at that? All these deductions need to be added in.
Yeah, let's see what we can pull up on this Veil of Isis.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a comms check, right? Or maybe computer, maybe either electronics comms, electronics computers, something like that.
Yeah.
Probably be it. I'm just gonna say standard 8.
All right, standard 8.
I would say this is normally a 6, but I think because this is like kind of obscure-y, let's give you a +2. Okay. Paul, a 10 will certainly get you there. This is. I don't think it's going to be. No, I think with a 10 would get you a succeeded with an effect of 1 to 5. Yeah, you got 2 over that, so. I'll give you so you have basically a +2. Or should I just say this is like a full effect thing? I'll just say this is the full effect with the 10. For simplicity's sake, I was kind of thinking maybe this should be like a clock and it's like sort of limited in like what you get total, but I'll just give you the thing. I think it'd be more. I don't think I need to get too in the weeds here for just as information. What you're picking up is that yes, it is confirmed that E whatever I said number is definitely not, that was definitely the old ship. It has been authorized by with Imperial Naval clearance to be re-put in, and so basically there has been an amendment to the ship register files saying like, yes, this was destroyed, but also ship has not been destroyed by declaration of Hargrave, specifically through the TAS.
Okay. Interesting.
So like they basically have Imperial basically remember how Hargrave has their own sort of like petty warlord like naval thing going on.
Yeah, like their Imperial remnant.
Yeah, their remnant. Yeah. So they have that clearance, and then they also have TAS clearance under that. That's like what your 10's getting you for both of this stuff. So like basically the powerful sector bigwigs have given these people approval to work.
Interesting. So they've either got real sanction or a backdoor channel that they're using.
Yeah, whichever it is means they are not trifling.
Yeah. Okay, but they're also running undercover because they're not like advertising that they're with any of the system authorities around here.
Correct,
and they're looking rough and tumble. Yeah. Oh man, is this like a? Not necessarily false flag, but like a this has the feel of a denial ops,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. That kind of colors things. Let's see what they have to say. What are they wanting us to do or help with?
What might also give it away is that the crew is basically played by the same character cast and crew from Sicario. Like that will, you got like Josh Brolin and like Emily Blunt and shit like as the ruthless mercenaries. Okay, right. But yeah, that's the crew of the Veil of Isis. Josh Brolin in space flip flops at the meeting. Doing the rogue career. But seriously though, these guys are you can. I don't think it would be far off to say, they're definitely mercenary, born and bred. Like they had the standard medical military kind of like first aid kit kind of placed on their side. They got their holsters. They carry themselves like a group. So they're not going to beat around the bush. So they probably have like they're probably playing like mahjong or something together. Like as they normally do, like at the bar, and then they'll like clear it off for you. As you arrive, and they'll do introductions.
I think if Hamilton gives me the skinny beforehand, that like we I think we would probably put our heads together and be like, this feels like denial ops to me. I think Ashraf is actually going to play up straight lace. Like he's going to put on his class A's and like wear his saber for the meeting to see how they respond to that. Like if they see through that, or if they like go, "Oh, this motherfucker is like Mr. Space Dandy over here."
Yeah.
Is Finn also joining you as your new crew member for this meeting?
Yes.
Let's
If he's
say,
crew, he's
Finn's asking, like, should he, I know our paperwork is still wet. I want to know whether or not I should be attending this meeting.
It's up to you. I think Dr. Mofta generally chooses not to involve herself in these sorts of things. But like it's a choice. Everyone on the crew has the choice. It's very rarely we're going to say don't come. There are only 4 of us, right? Like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, the 4 of you will show up. Yeah, and I guess in your finest is like the idea. These guys, again, these guys are not wearing the finest.
Yeah,
they're wearing basically cloth armor, kind of. You know what I mean? Like kind of improved stuff. I'm gonna like wear my nice duds, right? Yeah.
But the way that like someone straight out of boot camp does. Right, yeah, like some of the ex-military guys I know are just like, you can see a boot a mile away. And so I think that's what Ashraf is going to do, is like kind of try and look like a boot. But all to the purpose of, do they see through this?
Right.
Like, do they think he's actually a boot, or do they see through it? Right, if they end up deferring to Hamilton, who looks like, the grizzled spacer that he is, they haven't seen through it. If they don't, like, we'll see. That's my thinking. That's the silly buggers I'm going to play.
Yeah, Hamilton doesn't have any nice clothes.
Despite Ashraf and Ramza being like, we can buy you some, we kind of want you to have like at least one suit or just a jacket, just a blazer. Can we convince you to take a blazer?
I have a closet, but he's
it's just the same black shirt. Yeah. Oh, that's.
It doesn't have enough pockets.
What's the name? What's the work? Hartman? Is Hartman the workwear jacket? What's that? What is it called? Carhartt. Yeah,
Carhartt.
Yeah, you just got nothing but Carhartt jackets.
Yeah, the heated ones.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they stand up very professionally. As they get up, way too fast. To be lackadaisical, and yeah, they will go around and shake everyone's hands. You make your introductions. Very strong handshakes. Giving everyone here the up and down. And after the pleasantries are exchanged and stuff, you definitely hear sort of like the whispering being like, like they're kind of wondering, like, these guys, like, said you wanted new, kind of murmurings. All right, well, guys.
Samal, the Hunes is there?
Yeah. Samal sort of like probably did the first brokering of the deal for you all. And been like, hey, this is my captain. This is Captain Marsh. Carlotta Marsh, how you doing? Kind of stuff. And, Herman, blah, 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 Jeanette. There's other names, but it doesn't matter. But the point being here is like, you go through this crew of the 6 and we get the impression. And like I said, the kind of murmuring you get from like, as you're doing introductions that you can't help but hear is something about like you said you wanted new, like a group kind of thing for this. But they're wondering if they might be too fresh here. So, guys, Folly, can't say I've heard the name of the ship.
Well, we're new. I mean, not to being in space, but this is a relatively new film, relatively new venture out of Hargrave.
At a Hargrave space, they're going to ask you some like general questions about Hargrave. Like who's your family, that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, the Mofta's, any relation to, so like whatever your dad's, like Frederick Marshall, like whoever your dad's name was, kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ashraf isn't hiding any of that, and is gonna, you know, play up the formality of it. Always include the full titles of anyone involved.
Well, we need you to hold a person in low passage for an indeterminate amount of time for us. We'll pay you a single upfront fee of 10,000 credits.
10,000 credits.
Yep. You may not leave Skip for the time being, or while in possession of our property.
$10,000 up front. You'll have to cover the 100 credits per maintenance period that we held them. Doesn't cost nothing to keep someone in low berth.
They look at each other and be like, "Mm-hmm. Of course."
And then there's the convenience fee, 5,000 credits. It's a transaction fee, it's through our vendor.
They don't really bat an eye at the prices that you're giving.
That's what I thought. That's what I fucking thought.
That's the important part. The more important part though is, are you lying to them when they say like you can't leave with their cargo? They need you. Basically they're going to hold. You're basically going to hold a person in low, basically frozen, like a human popsicle for them for an indefinite amount of time. They're happy to pay you a fee up front in addition to whatever you're going to negotiate with them for.
Yeah, I don't know that we can do indeterminate totally. I think it's like we'll hold them for 2 maintenance periods, and then we can meet again and discuss if it's going to be longer than that. But we need to be able to have a ripcord and hand off.
Yeah, they estimate that there'll be within 1 maintenance period, but it could possibly be 2. So they need you for at least 2. They'll be happy to have you for 2. They think it could be over in 1 is actually how they would frame it.
Well,
I'm not good at playing this, but like you can imagine these guys are giving it to you in like the very like straight TAC ops, like special forces kind of thing. Like here's the game plan. We'll transfer you this asset. It'll be under your protection and servants. Kind of thing. In return, you're paying for this stuff. Do you need information on our property?
Ashraf is gonna kind of see how far he can push the bullshit fees. To again get a sense of like what's their tolerance. Because he doesn't care about the money on this. Sure. Yeah. So it's like, okay, they accepted the 5,000 transaction fee. Now he's gonna be like, good, we agreed. So that's the price per maintenance period that we hold him.
Yeah. You've reached 25,000. I'll give you that to you.
Yeah.
Okay. You've reached 25,000, and they still really haven't batted an eye. Do you want to raise it or not?
See, now we're gonna get into real money, and
yeah,
I want to. There's information I want to get out of this negotiation, regardless of the money. Yeah. One is who's calling the shots on their side, right? Is it the guy who's ostensibly calling the shots, or is it someone behind them? 2 is like how important / what kind of exigency is there to this? They have someone, they need him offloaded into low berth. We're new, but is it a matter of convenience or is it a matter of exigency?
It's probably the former more than the latter. Is probably what you can read right now.
Okay.
I feel like a roll might be necessary to determine that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's look at skills.
We're kind of haggling here. But this could also be streetwise to pick up or carouse for like rumor kind of gathering, like what you're getting off of this,
Yeah. What about investigate? I think investigate is more like forensic stuff.
Yeah, investigate would be I don't think investigate would be the right skill here.
Okay. Do I have streetwise? I don't think I have streetwise. Oh, I do have streetwise. How do I have that but not persuade? Okay. Streetwise, are we keeping it intellect? Or switching to... Okay.
What do you want answered, totally? What the exigency convenience?
I want to clock... Number one, I want to clock for sure who's calling the shots on their side.
Right.
Is it the person who's presenting themselves as I'm in charge, or is it someone behind them? And then two is how on the spectrum of convenience to exigency, where do we are a convenient asset to them, or they need an asset and we're here?
Got it. I think those are great questions. Okay.
My rolling is that would be a 6 if it were with social instead of intellect. So doesn't help me.
No, maybe not there. Not a 5. Okay. So yeah, not a 5 is not going to get you what you want.
Okay. Yep, they're shutting me down. Not unexpected.
Yeah.
All good. Okay.
Have they told us who they wanted us to hold on to?
Nope. They're asking you if you want to know.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, what's the danger to us? That's what we're...
No, they will assume the danger for you. The risk is not to you. Yeah, they just need.
They always say that.
They need you. They need. Yeah, there's a smirk from Finn. But
the danger's not to you. Yeah, I'll tell that to whoever busts in with a gun. Hey, hold on. Our employer said you're supposed to shoot at them, not at us.
Okay. Well, we can't. They say we can't disclose you the name just yet, but you promise we will give you the names once the job's done, or not. Well, not the job's done, but like. Apparently, there is a precondition they must do before they get them, and then once that's safe, they will tell you who this is what they're trying to say.
Yeah, that real reassuring that.
Mm-hmm. They will reassure you that if you're wondering if we're doing anything nefarious or not, we're acting well within the laws and regulations of the Imperium.
Yeah, those are two separate things.
Yeah, okay.
Those are not mutually exclusive, friend.
you are a noble, right? Are you not? Like you are a citizen of Hargrave. You fly under the traveler's aids like TAS. We can give you the full what would be the word, like not sanctity, but like we are. I think they will imply that they're in good standing with
House honor.
Yeah. They are, yeah. But then again, like, how would you know?
How would you know? Yeah.
Other than just like these guys just being professionally about this shit, like but listen, if they're not really worried about money, yeah, it's either they have deep pockets, like someone else is paying this, or something else. So
there are three possibilities that are forming for me / Mafta. One is that we are being treated as a disposable asset. Doesn't mean that they're going to get rid of us at the end, but it does mean that they could, right? Like, if they don't give a shit about money and they're promising us information at the end of it, those are both things that can be denied either by neglect or by the gun. Two is that they we are small. We're small fry to them. It doesn't matter. And so, they'll pay this nominal fee because it's not a big deal for whatever assets they have available. And I forgot what the third thing was. But those are the two, is that they're either too big to care or, we are absolutely disposable. And honestly, it could be both of them.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious if what they're asking us to do is going to upset anyone on Skip.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly, I think without outright
You would not
saying
be in
it,
violation of hospitality.
Yeah, Hamilton's curious about that, and is he going to get on Archibald Moses' bad side from this?
No, if you would recall, they have gotten the blessing of Archibald Moses, which is why they're going forward with his job in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just want us to hold on to somebody for a couple of weeks.
You can hold on to them.
Okay.
And I think Ashraf would kind of insist on a specific protocol to the handover. Like it would need, it's like whoever's collecting needs to be a face that we have seen right here, right?
Yeah.
They need to like show up like with the money owed, etc.
And we don't deal with intermediaries.
Yeah. Good.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, to give you like more of a semblance of the job is that, are you familiar? Like, so these guys are not from Hargrave originally, but like, they'll ask you, Hargrave is, you don't do a lot of fishing there in Hargrave, do you?
No.
We're catching a fish. We need a bucket. So after you,
we're a safe house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a safe house that hasn't been used before. That's off books and is therefore a little bit more secure than ones you've used before. Got it. Mm-hmm. And I think that kind of thing is where Ashraf might let the facade of being a straight-laced boot slip a little. Just be like, okay, all right, I'm clocking this.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I'm not going to roll for them here. I think they kind of knew all along you were like putting on airs or whatever. They just kind of want to see how you are. And I think they clock that you clock that they clock. You know, like they. I think there's kind of this back and forth where everyone kind of knows it's right here. Good. All right. Yeah, because I feel like at any point like this, if you were going to lie to them, like you not lied. You have never expressed any intention to not doing what they were doing to them, right?
No.
They would know the minute you shook their hand. It's like these are these types of people they know.
Yeah, and what we really want to do is cover our ass because we know we have an idea what kind of people they are, so we're going to take that seriously on our end.
Sure. Yep. Don't worry. If anything, then also you'll walk away with a free lesson. So for about being a new business.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think it's all right. I think we can take it on.
Yeah. I think you can probably imagine, like, kind of like maybe in like the upper mezzanine rafter area of the Occidental, you can kind of see that this meeting is being overlooked down at by the man himself, Mr. Moses. Like, and he's probably like talking to like the old their hot dog's body / toady. Being like, what do you think they're talking about down there? Kind of thing, like have that kind of scene, whatever they're doing. But like, so they have this conversation. You think they're trying to do you think he's trying to get me out of my cut? Nah, no, boss. They would never do that kind of thing. Kind of, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Right.
Okay. You said 25,000 per maintenance period.
25,000 per maintenance period for this simple job. Yep. Happy to do it for you.
Just adding that to the ship's ledger.
Cool. During the cool. I'm cool to fast forward a little bit to when they should arrive. So in the days hence, during the micrometeorite shower where no one really goes out, that's when you're going to get the comms ring about a delivery coming for your guy's Folly, below passenger. The current mark says that it's due to Chaffee, which is on the opposite end of the galaxy. So the idea is that you can hold them for an indeterminate amount of time.
Okay. But what day is that?
So this would be 2 days later from today. So
got it.
You can do something in the meantime. I don't mind flashing back to day. This would be 69. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So on the low passenger berth, right, there is a name that you can see. And the name that I have for you is Prospero Agincourt.
Sparrow Azure.
They look to be like a rough and tumble ice miner. News comes in that his ship suffered damage in the meteor storm on the way back, or whatever, and he was lost, or was evac to back to Skip and taken care of. So that's sort of like the cover story you've heard. So yeah, they're going to tell you to just keep a good watch on him. Be okay. Now, if you want to do some kind of like roll contacts to figure out who this guy is or anything like that, that you could do at this point. He is like a spacer, or like this guy's a prospector, but like the general gist of what's going on here. If we kind of do some kind of like investigate, this is probably a good time for like either investigate some kind of streetwise circles kind of thing to run in the spacer professional worker kind of area if you want to.
Oh my god. I did not read about what is involved in low passage, the low berth. You have to roll for every passenger when you decant them to see if they fucking die.
Yes, unless you have a medic.
No, if you have a medic, it's a routine, so 6+. So you need a 2d6, whatever the odds are on a 4 or lower. Like I'm not gonna.
You can do medic. You do medic, and then you also do you can have there's some sort of tech on your ship that can also give, like I think an auto bay that also gives you a +1 or 2 to the roll as well.
If your ship is TL 12 or higher, you get a bonus. But if it's an emergency decant, it's a -1.
Yeah.
Here's the fucked up part. It is customary for the ship's captain to contribute 10 credits for each low passenger towards a lottery in which each low passenger randomly guesses how many will survive the trip. If the winner is among the dead, the captain collects the prize.
Oh my god.
Sorry, we didn't.
There is no fucking way that our ship is ever doing that.
Yeah. Do you know that comes from a book called Doomerest of Terra? The idea is that spaceships, your low passage was designed for cattle, where like a 10% loss is acceptable for transport.
Yeah. Okay, that is. I don't know about you, Jim, but that makes me want to either you're a real good medic or not take many low berth passengers.
Yeah.
The idea is that this is some Grapes of Wrath shit. Like the low passenger people are desperate to get away. Like they will do anything to do this kind of thing. But,
Jesus. All right.
Yeah, it's horrifying. But so they're in a low berth for you right now.
Yeah. I've done it before. It's not pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they transport prisoners.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, the other thing we offer, basic passages, ain't great either.
Ain't that great either. It's just like you can exist on the ship. Good luck.
Yeah, it's there. Here's one bed for 2 passengers. Just take turns sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like a submarine. Yeah, you rotate.
Okay, I feel a lot more morally conflicted about the almost 1 million credits we made with a full passenger list.
Yeah, that's true.
I no longer feel as good about that.
And you're lucky that none of those guys were like, someone tries to commandeer your ship or anything like that, or like acts weird or touches a button that you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a million things that go wrong with passengers. Textiles, they'll just sit in the cargo.
Yeah.
They don't mess up stuff. They don't take up life support. So yeah. So anyways, this Prospero gentleman is now in your cargo hold. What do you all think about this? I was thinking about this another world building thing, because like Skip kind of has this sort of like communal kind of thing. I was thinking there might be an obligation for ships that come to and from to like you must carry their mail. kind of thing. Like there's sort of like this obligation of like a tip, like, or if you carry their mail, you can or let me put it a different way. If you agree to take a cargo of their X mail, you can refuel. Like that's like kind of like probably the standard going rate. Now you can get out of that if you sweet talk like one of the major factions and says like, hey, like we're okay. Kind of like what you did with Mr. Moses.
A couple of thoughts.
So you don't have to.
One is that mail depends on where you're going. So you get paid more for distant mail, right? So if we don't have a destination, we don't. There's no mail we could complete, right? They couldn't come and be like, carry our mail. It's like, well, you don't know where we're going yet. Two is that they always like the factors involved in whether mail is available for you to take involves things like, is your ship armed? What's what rank in the military did your captain hold? Right, as a sub-lieutenant, I give a +2 bonus to that. And so, yeah, so I think
I thought mail just
superficial.
My bad.
No, yeah, no. You have to roll to see if mail is available for you to take, and the modifier to that is what's your jump rating, what's the highest steward rank on the ship, what's the highest military rank on the ship. What's the highest scout rank on the ship, and what's the highest social bonus on the ship?
Right. And you're comparing.
And then is it armed?
Yeah, armed, right, and whether the world is TL5 or less would be the other. Okay, I see that now.
For context, with our current, if we were going to go from Skip to Harper, with our current modifiers, we would not get mail on an average roll. If we were armed, we would. That's so, like, armed the armed bonus is almost as big as all of our other bonuses combined. They want.
Yeah. Well, Harper also does not have a starport, and it's tech level 3. So yeah, that would be exactly. So yeah, they would definitely not want mail.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of like that, like some kind of like everyone pitches in. But I think mail is something that's too valuable for them to just give out.
Sure. Okay. Anyways, back to this popsicle.
If I can, actually. Maybe unpaid freight? Because freight has different types of lots, like D6 tons, or D6 times 5 tons, or D6 times 10 tons are the types of lots.
Oh.
And freight is not time sensitive, it's only destination sensitive. So it might be like, hey, if you have free no, that doesn't make sense, because that would mean that you always have to keep 5 tons free or something. That doesn't make sense.
Never mind. Okay, never mind. It was just an idea, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be feasible. Okay.
You know what? It might be just like you hook your life support systems into the greater network. So like everyone's contributing a little bit of oxygen recyc.
Yeah. That's already was kind of like the thought. So yeah, exactly. Let's just tie that into there. So it's kind of just a small little fee. Cool. That works for me. And earlier you did a etiquette roll, a diplomacy roll to do that earlier, and you rolled really, really high last session. So yeah, you've been in great standing here.
Yeah.
So anyways, Popsicle Man, Popsicle Prospero, are you are we just gonna wait and see as time goes? How long it takes? Want to do anything in the meantime here?
I think we should have eyes on him. Mm-hmm. Like literally keep guard on him. So like we'll set up a rotation of people taking turns sitting with the popsicle.
Yeah.
In terms of other stuff,
on my side, the white roses will depart in a week because they've kind of gotten what they needed and they're out of here. They sold their medicine.
I think Ashraf wouldn't mind, because this is an artistic community, is going to see if he can buy or commission some absolutely filthy erotica dedicated to his wife. And just have that waiting for her on her bed.
Right, you want to go down to foot and talk to the artists there?
Yeah.
So, this, I think this is definitely doable. However, the big meta thing right now is sculptures. They're rather than literature, but they have writers, and they'd be happy to have someone commission a writing thing for them. Is there a going rate book for commissioning somebody? Like a profession, like what do you get paid when you do a profession skill? Isn't it like 250 or something credits or something like that?
See,
so I'll probably do that, and then let you have a gamut of, you know, do you want to pay for the cheapest one, mid tier, or higher tier?
Here we go. Profession.
250 times the effect tech.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to pay someone who's profession 0, 1, or 2? I think you have your options here.
2.
Okay, so the higher end here. Okay.
Yeah. And Ashraf is going to have some very specific kind of ideas for it. Of like, here are the things I know my wife likes. And I want the characters in this to greatly resemble me and my wife.
Auto insert fan fiction. I understand. They do this all the time. So I got a name for us. This is Xenia Perez, who's the smut writer. Great. They'll be happy to write for you. They have, let's see, just a 7, so plus 0 for their stat. So they have plus 2 for their skill. Literally the worst. I literally rolled double ones for how good they are. Sorry, for the skill roll. So they have a 4. So here's the problem. A week later, they come by and it's like, I messed up. Like it won't be good. I have to rewrite it. You don't have to pay me
take
again,
another week.
But it's going to take another week. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they're okay
take another week. All right. I want her driven to distraction. All right, this is a full-on assault on my wife's mental well-being.
Okay, while you're doing that, is there anything from for Jim and Hamilton for this week as we do the next? All right, 11 is.
I was trying to see what to be into. He might just hang around the Huxley portion of the station.
Yeah.
But if there's drugs available, you might try them. There's Muse, right? Like the one that you're like, we're just gonna be hanging out. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. We also have SAP, right? We have drugs in our cargo right now. We
can't true. We do, don't we? We are killing illicit substances.
Yeah. Okay, so it's
he's just going to try to treat this as like not like a vacation, but just like we're like it's like an extended shore leave kind of. We're hanging out.
That works for me. So we're gonna go try some Muse.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we do this? It should be just readily available and purchasable like an item. So, are there drug, medical, and care supplies here we were looking for? What's the price for costs range from 5 to several thousand credits? No, that's not what we're doing. These should. All right, so a normal dose of Muse, I'm gonna say is going to cost 500 credits.
Okay.
And that will get you or let's say a week's worth of Muse. They only sell it in weeks amount. They don't sell it in minor amount.
Minor. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see what the fuss is.
Right. So weirdly enough, to get Muse, you actually have to go to the administrators to get it. The admins control the production of Muse.
Okay. I mean, if it's like dispensed somewhere, or there's like a distribution thing, like if it's not like you have to know not at all. Know somebody, you just like here's what it is.
No, you just have to go to the Marion section to go get the Muse and bring it, which is it's very common, a very normal thing to do. Like there's nothing where like in fact that administrator is like not even like in this purview, right? So you're safe from their effects to buy Muse here as well. Okay. That's all good for me. Cool. And then the rest of the news that you would hear is a ship that will bump in from the that outer space where they were saying that Collective is, like pirates or something like that. One of their ships has jumped in. It's called In the Groove. A free trader has arrived. And cool. So while you are musing about, I believe this will probably just give you. I'll give you a what do you call it? For your first time using Muse. I'll just give you a boon for any kind of like art kind of expression kind of thing you want to do. Do you want to?
Okay.
Are you interested in talking about politics and art and stuff about and sculpture, the fineries of sculpture with the artists here, or do you want to do something else? You want to write up a
I'm kind of imagining is like he's we're here for this long, we're mingling. He's maybe down at whatever watering hole they've got, and it's just sort of like I'll try some. He's with maybe a group of people. He'll just spend some time. Maybe he'll plot out their refuel run or something. Like, look at it.
Remember all the random guests that you brought here and stuff like that? Like, there's plenty of people who are just, what do you call it? Recreationally, just wanting to use it and like pretending to paint, thinking that they're going to be a genius, right?
Yeah, he kind of just lives here for a week or so, as long as we're, this is a new experience for him.
For sure. Cool. So, I mean, it is going to be a moderate psychotropic. It's going to expand your brain and change your thinking pathways. Do you have a buddy for your trip? Would Finn?
I mean, not specifically. Take Finn along.
Would you ask Finn to do this?
I don't know that I would. Like,
that would be.
If he's around and is like,
I like the idea that Finn would bail you out, and like if you got into a bad situation, but he wouldn't be watching you.
Yeah, I also like the idea that Finn is just like, I kind of need to get off the ship. Ashraf's still being real weird around his wife.
True. Actually,
yeah, exactly.
All right.
Finn, welcome aboard. I'm going to go do drugs, and our captain is going to be sexually frustrating his wife for a month.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I'll let him know where I'm at. Yeah, so I'll be. Maybe it's his rotation to watch our popsicle. But otherwise, he's just going to be with whoever he's with.
Sure. Okay, so you will be. I think there's a pretty solid thing that being out of your mind and out of your control here. You're not going to hear this news until later. But I think we're going to hear the news, at least from Ashraf's perspective and the doctors. So in this following week, we were waiting for the smut to be finished and commissioned here, which I do want to jump. I'm going to pin them. Be like, I want to have a role playing scene about this. But the next part is. So that ship that jumped in the groove, it is interdicted by the Veil of Isis, and it is hacked. There's not even a distress signal or anything like that. but they are captured. And later in less than an hour or so after like getting like the sound of like a mayday that immediately gets cut off, kind of thing. It's like a message comes through and everyone says like, oh, what the hell's happening? They're like, oh, don't worry about it, kind of stuff. And that's when you hear that the TAS have repossessed and they're in the groove for delinquent payments of their mortgage.
Aha. All right.
And
I think we're getting a slightly better idea what this deniable ops is about.
Yeah. So that's when you'll also get a message coming over being like, good news, kids. This is coming from the In the Groove. So who would be on listening post? Poor Hamilton, who's high out of his mind. Probably not the guy answering the question to the people who repossess ships. Yeah.
Well, I'm the one with the TAS membership, so maybe it's me.
Yeah. So they will talk to you. This would be, I guess, their nav person. This would be Herman. Good tidings to you, Ashraf. We will be coming in back into port in a little bit, and in 3 hours, we'll be taking off that popsicle from your storage as well. It was faster than we thought.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. So, you just encountered Repo Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't know the story of why this person that you have as a popsicle is important, but whatever. That's not your problem.
Yeah.
Enjoy your.
It's not our problem.
Yeah, just enjoy your 25,000. Payday.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is, you said, a week later, so we're on.
Yeah, this is 2 weeks. So we have gone from day 69 to 1 week after that.
Yeah.
70. Why can't I do math? 6.
6.
Sorry, we went to day 76 and then we went another week after that, right? So the idea was we made the deal on day 69.
83.
Right? Yeah, 83. So we made the deal and then we took a week and that's when we started doing we had a week of free time. That's when the smut failed to be commissioned, right? And then the week after.
Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Great. So that's done.
So in a couple days we can retest for cargo, I think, because it'll have been a maintenance period between. Oh no, but because of azimuth, we can't do that.
Correct.
So it would be the time to try and resolve things with azimuth.
We could unpin the roll here to see whether or not this has been enough of what would be the word, purgatory for Ramsa to then get motivated to try to amend with azimuth.
Right, because we've been here essentially a month extra than we anticipated because we weren't able to either offload or onload anything. So yeah, let's see how whether the smut and constantly dropping pencils in front of her has done the trick.
Yeah. See.
Advocate with a boon.
Advocate
for convincing an argument.
Education or social for the modifier?
Whichever's highest for you.
That's social.
Social. Yeah.
Social kind of guy. Yeah.
Okay. And I had +3. All right. She relents.
The smut is what pushes it over. That's genuinely without the modifier.
As how did you? Yeah. She. Okay. So what am I thinking is that? Yeah. Like it is something about you. You spared no expense for the smut, and like it works.
She comes into the bunk room, and I'm sitting there in like nothing but my dress boots and the captain's jacket, reading it aloud from it.
And the denial means she's like, I can't take it. She's gonna go. She's gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what?
It's all right, darling. Yeah. If you get down on your knees in penance, I promise, so will I.
Okay.
Look, this is a very strong.
this is cool. So let's. She's gonna have her trail of perdition here. Let's see what she can do to apologize. And make amends here. This is probably going to be technically admin social, but I feel like there's probably more than that involved here. I don't know what the beg skill is. Forgiveness.
Yeah, let me see what persuade is, right? Because I think
just persuade one.
Persuade has connotations of like an emotional appeal versus others are like intellectual appeal or appeals to etiquette. So let me see what the examples are for persuade. Bluffing your way past a guard, haggling in a bazaar, intimidating a thug, asking the alien princess to marry you. I think persuade is a more casual, informal version of diplomat. Okay, so diplomat or persuade work on like similar axes. They're just how formal maybe it is. So whether that might be a matter of how she approaches it.
I mean, it's got to be from the. It's not. She's not bribing. It's contrite. Like what it would be sincere contrition is what I'm going for here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's got to be diplomat. I mean, it's kind of like negotiating a peace treaty. Actually, transmitting a formal surrender is actually maybe what it is.
Yeah.
Do you think so? I think so. And that would be with int instead of social, which kind of makes sense to me as well. Which means she is not getting a bonus with an 8. She needs a 9 before it's a +1, I think. So she's just going to be rolling diplomat. Ooh, which she doesn't have. So that makes sense. She's ill-equipped to do this. So she's going to have to roll the standard roll here.
Yeah. There's something about her that describes as someone who's like very used to being in control, and so these kinds of situations where it's out of her hands, like she can't guarantee.
Yeah, no, exactly. I wonder if something about her science psychology can help her here. I don't think, but maybe not.
I think she's gotta go for it.
Yeah, I think she's gotta roll the hard 2d6 here. 7. We need
like 7s.
Yeah, we do in this house, so that's good. Nope, we need an 8. So my bad. I had to scroll up. I thought it was a 6, but I was looking at the wrong page. So when you're off by 1, we can also it's often suggested that rather than just a hard fail, it's a success with a cost, which I also like. Which makes me think that we're in their debt, or they're like a contact that they need. You do something for.
Reparations payment, out of what we sell.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. I think for starters, I think the 25,000 that you just made, easy come, easy go.
Shit,
they're aware of it.
Okay. Fair. I will add that in as a debit.
Yeah. I think for starters, that's yeah, I think you have two choices here. I think you can either get out of it monetarily furthermore with either a cut of your profits that would be owed to him, or you can help them with the power struggles of Skip and the growing power of Moses and rebuking him a little bit.
I'll rope Jim into this question, solicit his. Also, it is 12:30.
Yeah, we should wrap up. Let's get a decision here, and then we can just close it from there. If that's cool?
Yeah. Part of me is like pay money and try not to get involved because we do want to move on. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I like that. You know, if we're gonna like go against someone, I'd rather go against the maintainers just because we've already made inroads with some of the other factions. Yeah. But preferably we not really piss off any of them so that we can continue to use this place as a waypoint and stop. You know, maybe add it to a trade run.
Okay, that's about where I was. I think we need to maintain certain professional distance from the power struggles, at least for now. We're still newbies on this sector. Let's at least get a gun on our ship before we start making power plays.
Yeah. Yeah, if we get into trouble, we're in real trouble because we've got 2 swords. That's about it. And there's a gun somewhere.
I've got a really awesome service weapon, actually.
Nice. Very good.
That I mustered out with it. It's a what's it called? A 0G accelerator rifle.
Damn right. Wow.
Yeah.
So like some kind of rail gun or something.
Yeah, it's essentially a like gyro jet, like zero recoil.
Oh, sweet.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a heirloom. It's pretty sick.
It's a space Giselle.
Yeah.
So the cool. And since we are coming up on a maintenance period, the last thing would be just we do have to pay for the anti-rads, or you can just try to endure your radiation exposure.
How much are the anti-rads? They can't be that much.
It is 1,000 per dose.
Okay, so that's 4 doses.
Okay.
No, the 1,000 should cover the whole month. But yes, for 4 people. Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
Weeks and quantity of people were the same, so I got confused. Sorry, we're good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we should buy that. Anything involving endurance is not Hamilton's. Yeah. He's a rather sickly individual.
Yeah.
Cool. So I will give you another inroad to Skip, because I know we want to leave and wrap up today, because I know we are running behind. So the idea that this place gets these radiation showers, I wanted to also imply here that there might be some kind of inroads to radioactives to buy here. That will require a task chain kind of clock to find, like, to source that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, I want to float that as a possibility while we were going to do our kind of rolls for what's available. Like, fictionally, you've been here long enough to know that, like, this place is run on, like, why is it so radioactive? Like, what's going, what's going on? And so yeah.
Okay.
There's something to that to look into. That. Yeah. The other thing would be, I have to determine a percentage of the cut for that would be right.
Yeah.
Part of me says 1% is probably, like, pretty fair.
Yeah, let's see how much we stand to make. So, if we sell at base value for what we have, we're looking between the drugs and the linens about 125,000. If we can sell better than that, right? So 10% would be 12,000. Right?
Yeah,
that's
with 25, like, I think that's pretty good. I feel like plus the concession. So
Yeah.
Or whatever, contrition. So I think
Yep.
this was, okay. It's effectively paying a legal fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Do we want to roll real quick to offload that stuff?
yeah, let's roll to
Sure,
see.
let's do it.
I have to roll a d6 to see if there's an offer now, right? Or no? Is that the thing? And we subtract
No.
2 from it for the
-3. Yeah. So roll a d6 -3.
-1, but then the drugs has its own. No, roll a 2 and a 1.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus. So we might have to call Skip a loss and just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you want to? Yeah. We didn't refuel in the meantime either. But
No, we can do that on the way out, though.
Cool. So next session we'll start. We're probably going to be head. Am I safe to assume we're going to be heading out of here to somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. I gotta look to see who wants textiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it goes.
All right. Sounds good.
Goes.
Well, that was a cool session. I miss playing with you all. This is so much fun.